Okay, that, don't like that. Wi-Fi just kinda crapped out on me there. Hopefully this won't be a repeat of the last session with Resident Evil. Which, repeating myself from earlier in the stream, anyone, if you're wondering why I'm doing this instead of Resident Evil, I wasn't having fun with Resident Evil. I enjoy that franchise, but I don't want my first time playing Resident Evil to be on stream, especially when I don't know what I'm doing. So, I'm more or less postponing that. I'm probably gonna just restart it next time I decide to do Resident Evil. I'm just gonna do it from the beginning and actually have a guide on standby, so I'm not wandering aimlessly around the Spencer Mansion. And just in general, I'm changing up my schedule. Instead of just doing one game until I'm finished, I'm gonna go back and forth. So, for instance, this is... I've listed this as the Spooky Sunday stream. So, my goal until the end of October, or at least until I finish Medieval, whatever comes first, which probably will be, I'll probably hit end of October first. So I'm gonna end up continuing. I'm gonna end up doing Medieval past October, chances are. But I stopped doing Resident Evil because I would rather actually have I'd rather actually know the game beforehand before doing it. Just why I switched to this. I know Medieval. I know, for the most part, I know what I'm doing. Resident Evil 1, and I've played Resident Evil games before. Doesn't mean I've finished them. Resident Evil 1, I had not played. Or at least not played completely. I think I have it on Xbox. But again, same thing applies. I would actually need to boot up my Xbox, and at this point, it's less that I don't want to boot up my Xbox, and more I just... I currently don't have a power cable for it, and that really saddens me because one of the things that I've wanted to play on stream is some games by Rare. I remember years ago I started doing Banjo-Kazooie, and I wanted to go back to that. And speaking of which, later this year, we are supposed to be getting finally the long rumored GoldenEye remaster for Xbox. Even if I have to buy that myself, which I will, if I have to. For people who have a digital copy of Rare Replay, so not me. I unfortunately have physical. But for people who have a digital copy, they're getting that for free. So Dan, if you're listening and are interested in GoldenEye, on top of other games that are available for Rare Replay, like Conquer or something. I don't know what you. I don't know what you would play that's in Rare Replay. That I don't know anything that's in Rare Replay that would interest you, Dan. Because your interests almost primarily include RPGs and nothing else. I know you play games other than RPGs, but considering every time I've talked to... That was a weird glitch. Every time I've talked to you about video games, like, that's primarily what you're interested in. Anyway. But yeah, if, get the digital copy of Rare Replay, you get a free copy of GoldenEye Remaster when that comes out. And on top of that, you also just get 30 games. Not, I won't say all 30 games are great, but you got a really damn good selection of games. You have both Banjo-Kazooie games. You have the Xbox Banjo-Kazooie, which I know is hit or miss for a bunch of people. The game itself is fine, it's just not a particularly great Banjo-Kazooie game. There's Jet Force Gemini. There's Perfect Dark, which is a great first-person shooter. And if you're looking for a good N64 era first-person shooter to play while you wait for GoldenEye, for that GoldenEye remaster, play Perfect Dark. The Perfect Dark prequel, Perfect Dark Zero, is also included. That's alright. It's not much like with Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. It's not a bad game. It's just kind of, and even in this case, it's not even a bad Perfect Dark game. It's just okay at best. Now I have a giant dash. I didn't get the chalice yet, did I? I should probably go back and do that. Just a reminder, skeletons cannot swim. Trying to remember how to get down. Which is dumb because I know how to get down there, and I'm just being dumb by misremembering. Anyway, yeah, but Rare Replay has a really good collection. I remember there being rumors when Banjo and Kazooie were added to Smash Brothers that we might get Rare Replay for Switch. We didn't. I am happy at the very least we got Banjo-Kazooie on the N64 online service. Really wish it was the XBLA version. Mostly because of one of the quality of life changes for the XBLA version was...
Paths go that way. Nasty, painful death waits round every turn and over every hill.
Those are definitely words he said.
Bon voyage.
In the original Banjo-Kazooie on the N64, the notes were such a pain in the ass, because if you died, like, say you collected half the notes in the stage, there are 100 per stage. Say you collected half the notes. If you died at any point in the stage, on the N64 version, you would have to recollect all 50 notes that you've already collected on top of the other 50 notes that you missed. The XBLA version fixes that where that's no longer a problem. Making it, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, the definitive version of the game. I don't remember Banjo-Tooie had that same problem. I know one of the things that Banjo-Tooie did for the XBLA version, like, that game was laggy as shit on N64. It's still one of the best N64 platformers. Oh yeah, gold. Gold is only ever used for enchanting items and restocking ammo. I can't tell this here. Banjo-Tooie on N64 was laggy as shit. Which, granted, a lot of games that push the hardware limits, and I don't know if, like, say, Zelda would count, but I know Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask on Nintendo 64 were fairly laggy. And granted, part of that, I'm getting my ass handed to me. Fuck off, Scarecrow! Banjo-Tooie and Majora's Mask ran... Banjo-Tooie, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask ran slowly. I mean, a lot of N64 games ran slowly. The XBLA versions of Banjo-Tooie and a lot of the and like GoldenEye and such, okay. I am going to get help real quick. Anyway, but the XBLA versions of a lot of those rare made N64 games, especially like the rare replay versions, for the most part, don't have as much lag. I think they still have some, not enough for it to be a problem. I mean, notoriously on the Nintendo 64 version of GoldenEye, and I think by extension Perfect Dark, if you kept placing bombs, and setting them off, that game chugged to a crawl. And at least the XBLA versions, being on much more powerful hardware, they don't have that problem. But there's that. It's a fairly decent version. Rambling again. Time's up. Scarecrows. Alright, let's see. Dudes don't want that though. Oh no, Diana's on fire. I did not mean to do that. Wasting all this durability on this club. I mean, I'm not as worried. Frankly, I don't care. The only reason I keep lighting this club is because there's something in this place that I need to lit club for. It's not bats. Oh, speaking of bats. I don't even know what this is a reference to. Or if it is a reference, or they're just... the developers are just having a bit of fun, but that's funny to me. It's just a fucking gourd. It's great. For anyone curious, my plan for this playthrough one sec. My plan for the playthrough is, for the most part, doing 100%. I say for the most part because there is one bit of 100%ing the PlayStation 4 version, and only the PS4 version, that I am not going to be doing, and that is the Lost Souls. The Lost Souls were added for this version of the game. And basically they require you to go. They're just pissing me off. They require you to go to stages that you've already been in, which honestly is fine, and do different challenges. One of the challenges is just to, like, some of the challenges basically are, okay, alright, just get back to this area.
Death, wait.
You really the corn maze? Not really the corn maze. I already finished that bit. a lot of the challenges aren't difficult. And I may show off one or two. But the only thing that the Lost Souls are for are they unlock the original PlayStation 1 game. Like, that's how you get it that's how you get access to it. Now, I might be willing to show off one or two of them, or like a handful of them, just cause some of them are actually fun. One of which legitimately really cracks me up, and I need to remember which one it is, because it's one of the few Lost Souls that I'm actually really willing, that I actually am willing to do. But having gone through and doing the Lost Soul challenges, one of the things that actually annoys me about them is you basically have to do the challenge and then go back and redo and finish the stage as if you were going through the stage normally. And that for me just isn't... Oh shit. Yeah. That for me just isn't as fun. Like, granted, mostly due to my own reckless behavior, like, you know, there. I just have a lot of chances where I'm just gonna die doing stupid shit. But on top of that, it's also... a lot of the challenges just aren't worth it. And again, the only thing that it does is unlock the original game. I've already done that, so there's no reason to do that unless I have enough people interested in seeing me do that. And even then, like, most of the challenges are just like it requires me going back to the stages and doing the challenges anyway. Sorry for eating on stream. Come on. I always seem to pick, like, the wrong... Probably the worst time. Probably the worst time to stream. Because it always seems like every time I stream is right when the rest of my apartment is eating. Which doesn't bother me, but it's also like... It just feels like... It just feels like bad editing when it comes to streaming. Now, I could also mute my mic, but, I'm lazy. So something that happened recently that I feel like I have to bring up, because I just in general like talking about games. I mean, I brought up the fucking Mario movie during one of my Resident Evil streams. But over the weekend, a bit of controversy came out about Platinum Games and Bayonetta 3, which really saddens me. I, along with many others, was really looking forward to Bayonetta 3. This game was announced back in 2017, the first year of the Nintendo Switch, and I know a lot of people were real excited for it. A lot of people love Bayonetta. But it recently came out that the original voice actress of Bayonetta, Helena Taylor? I wish I remember her name. And I'm so sad that I don't. Because she is such a beautiful voice actress. I love hearing her voice. I loved hearing her voice in Bayonetta. She had been recast in Bayonetta 3, which in and of itself, wouldn't really spark as much of a reaction. Hell, it wouldn't even spark a whole lot, at least in my eyes, wouldn't spark a whole lot of controversy. But the problem is that over the weekend, she revealed why she was replaced. And at first, it was implied to be scheduling conflicts, which, granted, in and of itself is bullshit. They could have worked around it. She revealed that she actually revealed on Twitter that she was not going to return. She was not returning because Platinum Games offered her $4,000 to return, and not like $4,000 per copy, or like $4,000 per hour. $4,000 period. Which is crazy. A voice actress, especially a voice actress like her, should, that is, she is worth more than just a flat $400 because they couldn't be asked. What makes it worse, so Miss Taylor is a part of a voice actors union, along with the rest of the cast, which she's the only one that they replaced. So that in and of itself is already a problem. They replace the main fucking voice, and yet they keep the rest of the cast. So it's not a union thing, unless those actors went against their union, which in and of itself is a big deal. but that already is a problem. The voice actress that replaced her, Jennifer Hale, which I love Jennifer Hale. Nothing against her. She is I really like her. And in fact, another game that I was going to stream, which I'm still going to stream, because I'm a huge fan of the series. She played Rivet, the new Lombax in Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. So, Helena Taylor, or Miss Taylor, again, I don't remember how to pronounce her first name. I don't even, off the top of my head, I don't even remember how it's spelled, and I feel terrible for that. Relaying this information, and just not remembering her first name. And it's not the first time with actors, for me. But first off, as far as anyone's concerned, Jennifer Hale had no idea that, she knew she was replacing Miss Taylor. So just in general, she knew. She didn't know from what we could tell, she was unaware of the context as to why she would be replacing her. So, as far as she was concerned, it was just kind of they just wanted to get someone else. Which to me, that's still a bit scummy, but I can kind of get it. One of my favorite video game franchises is Metal Gear Solid. That happened to David Hayter, in the 5th game. I think it was David Hayter, who played Snake throughout the entire series up until the 5th game, to where he was replaced by Kiefer Sutherland. That's who it was. For a while, I couldn't remember his name. It finally came back to me. And again, Kiefer Sutherland did a good job as I forgot the name of I forgot the code name that Snake had in MGS5. It wasn't like Naked Snake or Liquid or Solid or whatever. It was like something Snake, and I can't remember what it was. Doesn't matter right now. But the point is, Kiefer Sutherland took over for David Hayter after they just said, screw it, we're going to replace David Hayter. And there's a lot of behind the scenes drama just in general with MGS5. Mostly Konami screwing the development team and Kojima over, which, granted, from what I do know of Metal Gear Solid 5, and I know I will gladly take the time to look this up and double check off screen, but David Hayter not returning is actually not a Konami thing. It was that was actually Kojima. Kojima has been trying to get a different voice to do Snake since since MGS3, actually. He wanted... He's been wanting someone else voicing Snake since MGS3, and I don't know if it's... He personally has problems with David Hayter or what, but, yeah, no, he's been trying to get a different voice actor for Snake. I mean, I think one of the things he wanted to do was get, like, Kurt Russell to play Snake, which would have been interesting. Just in general, that would be interesting. I should probably be a little more careful. I keep playing this like, oh, I have plenty of life bottles left. Forgetting I only technically have 4, and by technically I mean I have like 1 available to keep getting hit. So that's on me. Reckless and stupid, that's what I am. There we go. But as far as we know, Jennifer Hale had no idea about the money issue as to why Miss Taylor was not returning. So but Hideki Kamiya, who is infamous on Twitter for constantly doing a blocking spree. Basically, apparently if you don't, like, if you didn't tweet to him in Japanese, he would block you. And it's like, fucking, that's petty, but I get at some point that was considered a running joke for him. And then when this shit came out, people were asking him, like, hey, why the fuck are you doing stuff like this? You guys can afford to pay her a decent wage and have her return. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna keep popping out until I burn them. You have the money to pay them, to pay a decent wage for these actors, actresses to return. And people were just like asking him, like, hey, the fuck's going on? And he just went on a huge fucking blocking spree on Twitter, to such a point where Twitter actually suspended his account and later just straight up banned it. Which honestly is funny to me. Apparently the guy's just an asshole, which is neither here nor there. There's a lot of assholes in any industry, especially entertainment industry. But all this to say, this might actually hurt the game in the long run, because there's a lot of people who are upset about the voice acting situation. Admittedly, game's probably still gonna sell really well, no matter what. I've criticized Overwatch 2 multiple times during my streams. And I have a friend, and I have, Dan, who constantly comes in on my streams and says, oh, well, I've been playing Overwatch 2 and I like it. And it's like, it's good for you. I don't. And I don't like a lot of business practices that Activision have been promoting. Ironically, what's worse is one of the biggest things that people have been criticizing. Well, I'd say one of the biggest. There's a lot more. But one of the problems that people have criticized for Overwatch 2, because it's a legitimate problem, to such a point where some people can't even play the game, but the texting feature, the SMS feature that requires you to actually insert your cell phone, which admittedly is one of the reasons why I don't want to play Overwatch 2, because I don't feel comfortable entering my fucking cell phone to play a game. No matter what game it is. I just do not feel comfortable doing that. But apparently, Activision is about ready to do that with Call of Duty, which might actually end up being a bigger problem. Now, honestly, I care less for Call of Duty than I did for Overwatch. But that's because it's almost like every Call of Duty game is pretty much has been the exact same game since, I don't know, Modern Warfare? Maybe Modern Warfare 3 if I want to be absolutely generous, but I don't. Ow. I really wish I remembered that. Would have been helpful earlier. Ow. But they're, like, fucking Activision already having this controversial phone thing just to play your game. They're gonna be adding it to Call of Duty, and a lot of people are looking at it like, yeah, no, this is dumb. I mean, they're already doing that with Overwatch 2, but Call of Duty being a much bigger game is a bigger problem. Hang on, I'm gonna mute my mic for a sec. Sorry that. I had a bottle of Pepsi sitting right next to me that I was going to pour into a glass, and I kept forgetting to do that. I will eat without my mic on, but pouring a bottle of Pepsi? I'm gonna mute my mic. Mostly because that actually takes more dexterity. I guess. I don't know. I get dumb when I do stupid things like that. Anyway, Activision's a scummy company, Konami's a scummy company, EA's a scummy company, yeah, just video game industry in general. Why do I like games? Ah! Damn it. That's what I get for criticizing the game industry. Despite the fact that game industry deserves very valid criticism. There's a lot of stupid shit going on in the games industry. I mean, at this point, hang on. You know what? Fucking. I spent a good chunk of my time on that level. I'm gonna try a different level. And hope that I won't get my ass handed to me. I know I will, because I'm reckless and stupid. But at the same time, I'm also gonna chalk this up to the quote-unquote recording curse. Oh, wait. That's better. And for anyone curious why I care so much, like I complain so much about video game industry and stuff like this, and yet am such a huge fan of games, it's almost like I'm a fan of games and I'm willing to actually criticize when things are bad, as opposed to saying, oh, thing bad, or oh, I don't like thing. Which I get, might be how it's coming off, but I criticize the shit with Platinum because that's scummy behavior. I have made more than $4,000 a month. Maybe not a month, but I've made more than $4,000 working seasonally and part-time at GameStop. So, a professional voice actor being told that to return to a role that she made famous, the company is only willing to offer her $4,000. That's scummy. I mean, it's one of the reasons why, I would assume anyway, it's one of the reasons why a lot of these voice actors, actresses, are even in unions. I mean, from my knowledge, and this is somebody who doesn't do voice acting. I'd like to. I would. If people like my voice enough, and someone wants to hire me to do it, I'll voice act. I don't care. But a professional voice actress like Miss Taylor, she should not have to deal with that, right? And I am positive, I am legitimately positive that there is no way Jennifer Hale accepted the role as Bayonetta for $4,000. There's no fucking way. I am convinced she was given a much better offer, and the reason that Miss Taylor... You know what? I'm going to look up her name. Because I don't want to just keep calling her Miss Taylor. Didn't want to skip that cutscene because... I think... should just be able to scroll down. Find it. Can't remember if they mentioned her name. Yep. Nope. They just refer to it. Yeah. There we go. Helena Taylor. But yeah, like fucking. So I did have it right. Yeah. Like, $4,000 is fucking nothing. In most places, that's not even rent for a month. Like, that is just scummy to me. That they looked at this voice actress that they've had and said, yeah, no, you're worth $4,000. And the $4,000 was after she had complained to them. Apparently it was even less until she's like, hey, wait, no, this is... You can't pay me this. I keep skipping the cutscenes. At this point, I'm just kind of rambling. Can't skip this one.
Here we are. I shall open the entrance for
The
you.
Marlborough Fairy.
These fireflies are my friends. They will light your way through the dark.
I don't know why I can skip every other cutscene in the anthill level. Except that one. That drives me nuts. Doing the anthill level for a reason, because you get one of the best quote-unquote weapons in the game. And by best, I mean the funniest. Also, I just like this game. He said knowing full well he's probably gonna die about like 5 times this one. I'm gonna change the scenery. But yeah, the situation is just... it's saddening. And of course, you've got people on both sides saying... yeah, people... I've seen people saying... oh, Helen Taylor is just complaining. It is just complaining. Like, some of the... like, even her valid criticism sounds like complaining. Because of the stuff she's bringing up. And yeah, there are things in her videos that even I'm kind of looking at like, yeah, you didn't need to word it like this. I feel like she bashed Jennifer Hale in her video, which she may not have. May not have been her intention, but it's what it felt like. And she didn't need to... she didn't need to bash Jennifer Hale, if she did. Because it's not her fault. It's not Jennifer Hale's fault that she got replaced. Again, as far as we know... Jennifer Hale wasn't even aware of the situation until it went viral. Hideki Kamiya, on the other hand, like, the way he has handled the situation is so piss poor that if he stays at Platinum, he's getting his ass demoted. If I remember correctly, he's currently, I think he's in charge of Platinum. There's no way they're gonna leave his ass in charge, because even if he did what others would do, just because of the PR nightmare that this whole situation has caused, there's no way they're leaving his ass in charge. But on top of that, like, he went on this whole fucking blocking spree on Twitter to such a point where Twitter flagged his account for suspicious activity, and then had it suspended. And then they just straight up
my people wish only to live our lives in blissful harmony with nature. But alas, the wicked Egg Queen has many of us imprisoned. Rescue my people, Mr. Fortescue, and you will be richly rewarded.
yeah, he's still here. Yeah. Yeah, no. Hideki Kamiya is... He's dug his grave at this point. And it's saddening to me because he's done a lot of games that I've enjoyed. But dude's an asshole.
They will light your way through the darkness below.
That's not the one I meant to press. What's worse is man is on his Twitter account, his pinned tweet is complaining that people are replying, and this is from 2019. This is before this whole incident. But complaining that people are replying to him in any language other than Japanese. And the response isn't even in Japanese, it's in English. Which, to me, kind of comes off as xenophobic. Actually, not even kind of xenophobic. That just comes off as straight up xenophobic. Which in and of itself saddens me. I'm sure there are gonna be people like, well, why are you complaining? It's like, people are assholes on Twitter all the time. I know Dan of Verilist would be like that, but it's like, the reason I'm upset about it is because, like, you don't have to be an asshole. I've been verbally and mentally shat on my entire life. Doesn't mean I choose to be an asshole because of it. I mean, I will. If I need to be an asshole, I'll be an asshole. But I also want to be willing to show respect to people when I feel they have earned my respect. When I feel I have a reason to say, yeah, I'm gonna be nice to that person. There's so much right now. There's so much going on in the world. Or we just have a world full of assholes. We have a world full of people more willing to say they're better than everyone. And it really does sadden me. Because we... I don't want to sound cliche and say, oh, we should love one another. No. Well, we should at least be more, like, as human beings, should at least try and be a little more tolerable of other people and understand, okay, this person's being an ass right now because, well, they probably just had a bad day. Probably going through some shit. One of the things that stopped me streaming for about a week was having a comment from someone I consider a friend. If you've been paying attention to my streams, you've seen it. But having a friend tell me, oh, there's no such thing as a nice guy. Even if that was a joke, that hurt. Because I personally have tried to be that on many an occasion. I've tried to be the nice person. I've not always succeeded. But I want to be civil. I want to be a nice person. A nice, understanding person. And someone that people look to and say, okay, I can trust him. I may not agree with him, but I can still trust him. So having someone, especially someone close to me, tell me, oh, there's no such thing as a nice guy. It's like, you're wrong. And even if you were right, it's just an asshole thing to say. And what's worse is he doubles down and says, oh, well, I'm just cynical. And it's like, that's not being cynical, that's being an asshole. Airing my opinions out for the world to hear. I guess at the end of the day, it's probably because I know not as many people are gonna sit and watch these streams, even when I post them on YouTube. One of these days I'll get an audience, I know that. But tell them. Just me. And my solitude. And my rants about the games industry, my rants about world at large. Honestly, all I want is I want to be able to be happy in my life, just in general, and I want other people to be happy. Now, should that happiness come from harming others, whether physically or mentally, emotionally, whatever, then I'm gonna have a problem with it. Because again, one of my personal biggest philosophies is, like, I don't care what side of the fence you swing on. If you're an asshole, then I'm gonna call you out for being an asshole. And if you're upset at that, then don't be an asshole. I'm sorry to get political over it, but it's one of the reasons why, if you know me in person, you know I loathe people like Donald Trump, like Kanye West. Because they're not good people. At all. And for people who want to call me out for that, because I live in Texas, for God's sakes. I know I have people, I know I have friends and even family who are going to give me shit for that. But I do not want to support people who make a living on putting other people down. The fact Trump was even president is surprising to me because of how horrible a person he is. But that's the world we live in. It's full of assholes. It's full of terrible people. All we need to do is not let those people win. I'm sorry if I got too political or too upsetting for some people. We're in a silly haha game where you play a skeleton fighting like fucking ants. I hate this boss fight. I hate this boss fight for where I am in the game, because I'm probably gonna lose this boss fight for being my reckless self. Yep, there we go. Anyway. What time is it? I think I'm gonna go for another, like, 10 minutes, maybe. Definitely do a different stage, because that's just not working out. How much... I should look up how much health I have. Because I need to do Scarecrow Fields. I know some of the stages I need to do are past Scarecrow Fields. Some of them are... I know there's an item you get later in the game. I really wish I had right now. It would be helpful. Heck, one of the items I really wish I had right now is, an axe. This really makes taking these imps on much easier when you're like back and forth on the stage. I don't know if I've learned or... I'll find out. There's another... Nope. Just remembering, I guess. Oh, here it is. And then... Okay, so I remember where it is. That's good. Just do this fast. Nice. Oh, Scarecrow. It's supposed to come out. Oh wait, one comes up here. There it is. There we go. Through? Oh, and there goes my shield. And there goes a life bottle. Jeez. Actually, I should be more surprised that it lasted that long. About wasting it. There we go. About wasting a life bottle. Okay. So I've almost got enough for the chalice. Alright, let's go play this adventure. I want to know who designs a harvester to look like that, though. Life bottle. Fine, I think. So I missed something. I'm certain it's probably scarecrows that I forgot. I've had to have missed an enemy somewhere. I actually think I remember it. Like this way, I think there are enemies that I missed. On guard! Oh, right, this guy. Attempt to light this guy on fire. I don't know where the nearest fire is. Okay, I still miss someone. Somewhere. I guess just keep going back until it tells me the chalice can be collected. Alright, chalice can be collected. Oh, it's easy. Ish. I think the downside is I still... Like, once I do get the chalice, I'm still gonna have to go freaking gauntlet thing. Although, anyway, I actually fucking finished Scarecrow Fields for the most part. You know, unless I die on over there, which... There we go.
Pumpkin Gorge, dead ahead. The nursery to Gallomere's favourite side dish. Step inside and understand the true horror of fruit gone bad.
Okay then. It sounds like fun, but we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to save that for next session. First. Ah, sweet. A better sword.
Fortescue, you
Fortescue.
joyous arrow magnet. What are you doing back here?
What do you think I'm doing back
What?
here?
Call me Mr. Woden the Mighty. How I pity the people of Gallowmere, that their fate should once again be in the hands of a chump like you.
Yeah, but you're
Still,
dead, so...
I suppose it's not fair to take it out on them. Take my sword, and do try not to stab yourself in the foot. You know, I've always had my doubts about you, Fortescue. You're just not carved from hero material.
Yay, I got a broadsword. It has magic in it. Unfortunately, this is the type of magic that can run out. So, actually, yeah. Chant. Restock on those. Restock on those. Alright. Alright, and we will do Pumpkin Gorge next time. Oh shit. Pumpkin Gorge and... Oh, yay! Pain! Anyway, I've had my fun. I will continue this either next week or week after. I'll continue this when I continue this. Not week. I'm not gonna wait till the week after. Either next week or tomorrow. Or do I feel like? If not tomorrow, I've got a whole slew of other games that I can easily play. Anyway, I've had my fun. This is me signing off.